Joined by head football coach Ian Shields, ready to start year 3. Fall camp ended. Let's start there. How did things go? A couple weeks of having these guys all together as a team and working to get ready.
It was great. I think we're light years ahead of where we once were, going down to year 3. Got a bunch of guys that kind of know their way around the systems and know the ropes, so to speak, and excited about the leadership on this team. We got a great group of leaders. There's a lot of them, and then like I said, I think that's a real bright point through this training camp. And just bringing this team together. It's an extraordinary group of young men, so we're excited. We're excited to get going.
You guys bring a lot of guys back from last year's team. 7 starters on defense, 5 on offense. Just going off the basic paperwork, everything, and that doesn't describe what has happened in the last couple weeks. But obviously, expectations are high. You guys set a nice standard last year. So, what are you guys expecting, or have you felt expectations or the weight of those yet?
Well, no one's expectations are higher than our own. So we kind of ignore the outside voices and just focus on improvement. We know there's work to be done. We do have a nucleus, and certainly you mentioned defensively. We've got a good core of guys coming back. I think we have some additions to those cores that can help us as well. So I think that's a great place to start. You can't win and can't certainly win championships without playing defense at a high level. And I believe we're capable of it. I believe we will. Offensively, it's a good place to start when you got a senior quarterback coming back, and then a senior B back in our system, and Evan Lovett. So with Carson and Evan coming back, that's a good place to start. And obviously with Aiden Shimate, there's an all-conference guy on the offensive line. That's a good place to start. So yeah, there's some improving guys here and there. That's college football, and really that's the landscape of college football nowadays. It's more transient than it's ever been. We're fortunate we haven't lost a lot. And developmentally, I think we got some young guys ready to take the next step. And you never know until you go play another institution of higher learning here coming up in a few days. So we'll be excited to go trade paint with somebody else and see somebody else and find a bar where we're at.
You guys have had the chance to go through camp. It's now week 1. You're in preparation. Without giving away all the secrets, who do you like on defense? Have you got a set lineup on that side of the ball?
Well, we do. It's tricky. The best thing is we have more depth than we've ever had before. We got some, key guys coming back. Obviously, you think of Kevin Speed. Obviously, he was an all-conference player, potential All-American on the back end. Think of Connor Ratesman, who's made a ton of plays. Cody Ratesman's made a ton of plays. Julian Cameristy, he was one of our more productive D linemen last year's back and was a great addition for us a year ago. He provides a real spark on the interior defensive line. Like I said, Cody Grossinger's back. Brian Augustine's back at corner. There's a lot of guys I'm probably missing. Guys, someone's going to be mad at me if they watch this. I'm not saying their name. There's a lot of guys on defense that can play. I think Wilfredo Diaz is a big addition as a transfer. He was All-American last year at D2 level. I think he led the country in tackles last year at Division II level. We're fortunate enough to get him in the offseason. So I'm pretty excited about where we're at there and the depth. We got to go play it and make it happen. And like I said, I'll be on the same page and communicate. And we got the bar is set high with this schedule. Emporia week 1 is that's a real deal program, and then Mankato obviously week 2 is a preseason top 5 team in the country. So we know the bar is set high here initially, but what a great challenge for us! What a great opportunity.
You talk defense, you also got to talk about the takeaways. In the previous few years, there wasn't a lot of takeaways. A lot of takeaways last year, and they're turning them into touchdowns. 4 touchdowns defensively in one game last season. Will this be a ball-hawking team on the defensive side again?
Well, we talk about our keys to victory every week with our squad, and part of that's winning the turnover battle. So we need takeaways defensively, and you need to possess the ball offensively and not give it away. Typically early season games, it comes down to that and the kicking game. It comes down to turnover battle and winning the kicking game early on in the season. So that's where the emphasis is. It's always there. I think the best teams defensively, are the ones that play on the edge and play confident. Teams that play confident and play physical are the ones that win the turnover battle, right? And that's offenders that know what they're doing with the ball and can possess it and are confident and have great technique and fundamentals associated with the football. Defensively, be ball aware. and be physical. And like I said, I think we're gaining on that. I think our talent's better than it's ever been. This is the best training camp we've ever had since we've been here, the best commitment we've had in the off-season program leading into training camp. So, we're leaps and bounds ahead of where we were. And then, like I said, we're still building this thing and climbing the mountain. But I'm excited about where we're at and the impact we can make.
Talk about the offensive side. You mentioned you've got all conference linemen back, you got senior running back, you got senior quarterback, junior but veteran blocking back, and just a lot of leadership and experience. How much is that helping drive the program?
Well, everywhere the familiarity within our systems of play, we're very unique offensively, certainly run the flex bone, defensively doing what we do. So to have some guys that know their way around the systems, and now we're all speaking the same language now, that certainly helps. I think we guys that totally buy into what we're doing, and that's critical as well. They enjoy it. They enjoy the style. We've definitely developed an identity here, which I think is critical in building a program and building a culture. We have a solidified identity in all phases of the game, and so, like I said, offensively, like you said, you never can go wrong having a senior quarterback that's a team captain, which Carson Crispin is. Evan Lovett, who was a Harlan Hill, nominee last year, is poised for a big year as a senior year. Like I said, Tyler Stonebreaker's been playing a slot for us in our system. Devin Daniels has played a bunch of slot for us in our system. Jonathan Noriega's played a ton of wide receiver for us. We got a bunch of guys that have been around, and I think there's some young guys right there waiting that nobody knows their name yet, and they'll probably find out soon enough.
Obviously, in a system like this, offensively, that offensive line has got to be, well, I guess Jake Swerple called them the Minot Moving Company. You guys got to move people. How does the offensive line look?
It looks good. I mean, it starts obviously with Coach Tom Seamer, offensive line coach and assistant head coach. He does a phenomenal job with those guys. He's as good as there is in all college football at any level. So those guys will be ready. I mean, we're gonna have some youth there. We're gonna have some. Last year we had a veteran group. I mean, there's 4 seniors that were starting last year, but there were some guys that redshirted last year in the wings or with transfers or whatever have you. There's guys been working hard and waiting their turn, lifting a lot of weights and buy in, and they'll be coached up and ready to go. I think there's some real talent there. I think like I said, we're going to be explosive and get off the ball and do what we do, and we'll be able to execute. And that's the nature of our system. And they're not all getting blocked all the time. Sometimes they're being read too. So or pitched off of or whatever it is in our system. So it's a unique style of play, and that's our advantage. Strategically, I guess tactically, that's the advantage for us.
After the first year, I said to a lot of people, you kind of need a linebacker to be the quarterback. Got speed, durability, smarts. Carson kind of has all of that. He's had a year in the system. How has he challenged himself to grow and lead this team?
Yeah, he had an extraordinary year last year when we moved him over from safety, and he was a starter. He was our punt returner. He's one of the best athletes on the team, arguably the best. But Carson can run, he can think, he's got good hands, good feet, he's a competitor. I think this offseason, having a whole year in the system now and then a real spring ball, which he didn't get leading up the year before because of injuries, I think he's really developed as a quarterback in our system, and he gets it. He's a coach on the field now. He's exceptionally bright. We'll be well led, and he's a competitor. I mean, he's tough and he's a competitor, and he's slippery and he's hard to tackle and he has good speed. And I mean, there's a reason why people at higher levels are coming to work him out this spring. He has some talent.
Talk about the outlook for the season. I know you're not looking past next Thursday's game, but how does this team look, and do you think this team exceeds last year?
Well, I mean, that's the goal. I mean, the goal is to always do more and hopefully a lot more. I mean, I told the team there's no ceilings with this team. I mean, that's the reality of it. Is I think we're capable. I think we're talented. I think I got a great coaching staff leading them. We'll be excited to go play, every week, and like I said, we're really well led. It's a good group. It's a great group of young men. They understand the vision, the values, the principles, and everything we've been doing here. And I'm excited. I'm cautiously optimistic. I know everybody in the country is excited right now, right? So everybody's starting at ground zero, and everybody's 0-0. And Thursday night when Toe meets Leather at 7 p.m. and when the bell rings, let's be ready to go. Be ready to go get it on.
You guys open up at Emporia State. I know you know a lot about them, but you probably haven't focused on what you know about them. And what do you expect from them opening night?
I mean, I know Coach Higgins has built a quality program there over time. He's a very established coach there, very successful. I know it's going to be a hostile environment. It's going to be a 7 o'clock kickoff. I know they'll be excited to meet us. It's a great opener for us. It's a real test against a team out of the MIAA. It's great for our conference to get out of conference, honestly, and go play these games and see where the bar is at nationally. And for our program, this is a new development and it's a new challenge. Like I said, I think we're excited for it. We're excited to go play. Regardless of who we're playing or the other color uniform, I'm just excited to go watch us play. I'm glad we're playing somebody because, you can't play without it in opposition. I'm thankful we get the opportunity to go down there and go play. We'll go turn it loose and play hard, have fun, and we'll look up at the scoreboard at the end.
Obviously, first game of the season, you're not so much worried about what they're doing. You're worried about, can we put our game plan on the field and execute? By halftime, you start making adjustments and worry about that. Yeah. What are you hoping to see when the team hits the field down there?
Well, we need to go, like I said, it's nameless, faceless opponents. So we just need to go be us. Like I said, everyone's trying to beat us. We just need to be us and go play hard, play smart, have fun. It's college football. We're blessed to be able to do what we get to go do. So go play hard, play smart, have fun, turn it loose. And we're playing with house money. Nobody expects to go down there on the road in Emporia and compete with that MIAA team. So, like I said, we know we're the underdog, but like I said, we enjoy it. We love to play, and then we'll see what happens.
Appreciate it, Coach. Good luck this week, and good luck this season.
Thank you.